What's up and what's happening, Auburn fans? How are we doing tonight? We're about 5 minutes out from some Auburn basketball. Got back on us pretty quickly. And I tell you what, I think this is a good thing for Auburn fans right now with everything the Auburn Tigers are currently going through on the football side of things, right? It's been a rough couple of weeks for Auburn on the gridiron. So maybe some basketball can do us well, and we get a dub tonight with a nice showing in an exhibition matchup. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot, but you want to see your team look really good, and with the new head coach and Stephen Pearl taking over for BP, and you want things to go really smoothly tonight, and them play like we all expect, right? So hopefully it's a smooth transition. Hopefully they go out and they get a dub, like I said. So wishing them the best, and we will be watching. And you can already see in the comment section that everybody is ready for Auburn hoops. So let's talk about football. I feel like we got to, because you're a 3-3 football team, and you got 6 games left. You could still possibly salvage the season, and I think that's why we got to talk about it. I think that, Samuel, I see you, dog. I see you, brother. I think you can still salvage the season, but there's a lot that needs to be fixed. And I think there's a lot that's going on right now inside the program. And, you hear the rumors swirling outside through the media, and you see everything that happened with Damari and all that stuff. There's just a lot going on inside those doors. And you look at the players, they come out and they support their guy. And then you hear that some players, they were kind of iffy about it. They were like, hey, man, a team captain quit. And that's the reason I think you didn't see those guys come out on social media. But you got to move past that, right? And you got to focus on getting a dub at home Saturday. And tomorrow night I'll be on here and we'll break down Missouri and we'll give predictions and all that. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to give a score tonight, but I'm going to tell you who I think wins. And you may be surprised, you may not. I'll leave it at that for now. But you got Missouri at home, and you're hearing that if they lose, Hugh's probably getting fired. You're hearing if he wins, he could probably stay another week, and can he get past Arkansas and then Kentucky? And there's a lot that goes into it. And so this football team has to rally around their head coach if they're still bought in. Now, you see guys like Champ and Keldrick saying, hey, if you don't want to be here, then get going. We don't want you here. We want the guys that want to work. I think that's 2 guys stepping up, being leaders, saying, hey, the season's not over. We're 3-3, but we can still get to where people said we were going. And I think that's kind of the hope that you're still clinging on to, is everybody predicted us to be 8-4. Can you still get to that mark? And when you look at the schedule, I think you can still salvage it. People might call me crazy, but I think Missouri is a really, really good matchup for Auburn. I do. I think it's a really, really favorable, solid matchup for Auburn. Now, you see what you have after Missouri. Guys, this is winnable. Like, going to Arkansas, I know they have a change over there. And I think it's a change for the better in Fayetteville. I think that has always been Bobby Petrino's job. I know what happened the first go around, but guess what? Everybody deserves a second chance. Hugh Freeze got a second chance. Bobby P can get a second chance. Their defense is bad. Their offense is, they're going to move the football on us. They got an athletic quarterback. He's improved from last year to this year. They're going to move the football. Do I think they score a ton of points on us? No, I don't. But they're going to move it. It's going to be up to us to put points on their defense, who isn't great. They're not great, but they did play Tennessee to a close one in Knoxville. So they're a fired up football team. They're flying around for Bobby Petrino. They're inspired right now. I think they like the change. I don't think they were fans of Sam Pittman being around there any longer. They gave up in that Notre Dame game. But they're going to be inspired. They're going to be fired up. It's an early kick. Go out there and whoop their tails. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. You look past Kentucky, Arkansas, and you got Kentucky at home. Y'all, there is no reason we shouldn't beat Kentucky by 3 touchdowns. There is no reason we should beat Kentucky. We should beat Kentucky by at least 17 to 21 points. They're bad. They're bad. So that should be a win. We don't even have to talk about that. I think Stoops is out of there. I think he's gone. They're bad on offense. I don't even know who plays quarterback for them anymore because I don't think it's Calzada. I don't think he even played against Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. So you look past that one, man. You go to Nashville. You got Vandy. Y'all, this is a get-back game for me. And I know Vanderbilt, they look nice, and they played Alabama close, and I still think our defense is going to give it to Pavia. And I think you're going to have a chance to win that football game. Do you? Got to step up and make plays late in games in the second half. Quit whining and pouting about things that go wrong and turn up one time and go make a play to win a game. Then you got Mercer. That should be an automatic dub. I don't want no funny business in Jordan-Hare. And then you have the Iron Bowl in Jordan-Hare. And you never know about that one. You never know. Look, man, the Auburn Tigers are back. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love this event that they're doing. It's great for college basketball, getting to see Auburn a little early, getting to see what this new team's going to look like. Pretty cool stuff. So hopefully you can watch me and also watch Auburn hoops at the same time. If you can't, I understand. I'm not going to be on here much longer. I just wanted to hop on, and I didn't go live last night. I had some things going on. I had to work and all that good stuff. So I wanted to hop on here tonight and just stay in touch with each and every one of you. So you got the Iron Bowl to round it out. You still got a shot to beat a rival. You still got a shot to beat a rival. You haven't beaten Alabama since 2019. You got to step up. You got to step up and make something happen. So you're a 3-3 football team. It looks bleak. Everybody's on Hugh's case, which they have every right to be. Can you respond Saturday night at home, ranked matchup? Can you show up and get a dub? I want to hear in the chat right now if you think Auburn can show up Saturday night against Missouri and get a dub. Just put dubs in the chat or L's in the chat. What do you think is going to happen Saturday night? Because I'll be honest with you, with everything that's going on, with the Damari situation, with 2 guys calling everybody out, fan base is reeling. I think Auburn steps up and gets a dub. I think Auburn steps up and gets a dub Saturday night. I do. I think they're rallying right now, and I understand the L's. I get it. I understand how you think this football team will respond in the second half when something goes wrong offensively. I get it. I think Auburn steps up and makes enough plays to beat Missouri. Saturday night. Now, that would put you your first win in SEC play. That would put you at 4-3. Then you go to Arkansas. I think you get a dub there. I think it's close. I think it's close. I think it's close, but I think you get a dub. I trust our defense in that matchup. I trust our defense in that matchup. Then you got Vanderbilt. On the road. Can you bounce back and beat Pavia? Can you bounce back a guy that's had your number in his house? Can you go up there and get a dub? Man, I don't want to say that Hugh goes winless against Pavia, but I think it happens. I think Vanderbilt's a good enough football team to knock Auburn off. I think their offense is going to put up numbers. I think we're going to make life tough on Pavia, but I think they do just enough, and I think their defense is much improved, and I think it's going to be a struggle for Auburn's offense, and I think you catch an L there. So obviously you would lose the head-to-head lead over Vanderbilt all time. Historically, you would lose that, and so I think the fan base would really crash and burn. I really do. I think the fan base would go ballistic with another loss to Pavia and Vanderbilt. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but I see you dropping that one. That would put you at 4 losses. And so in that little 4-game stretch, I have Auburn going 3-1. All right. I got Auburn going 3-1. That would put you at 6-4. And then you got Mercer. I think you should beat Mercer. I think you're the more talented team. I think you should go in and dominate, make quick work of it, and get out of there. So that would put you at 7-4. And then you got Alabama. And we know anything can happen. Man, Oklahoma State's just bodying Auburn right now. Just a tough watch so far. We know anything can happen against Alabama. It's the Iron Bowl, right? But it's really difficult to pick Auburn where they're at right now. It's really difficult to say they're going to beat the University of Alabama. And the way Ty Simpson's playing, if Jan Miller stays, healthy, I know he's dealing with some stuff right now. He got knocked out in the Missouri game. Their receivers are really good. Their O-lines found something, and their defense has really found something. Kane Womack's got them rolling. So I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can beat them right now. I really don't. I think they're hot. I think they're probably going to make the college football playoff if they win this weekend. And it's looking dark. So you would lose 2 of your last 3 games, and you would finish 7-5. I don't know how Hugh would come back from that. I don't know how Hugh would keep his job with 7-5. I know it's a 2-game difference, but this roster is just too talented to be going 7-5. And then you would have the 3-game losing streak right there with Oklahoma, A&M, Georgia, and then you would lose 2 of your last 3 to Vanderbilt and Alabama. Oh, what's your biggest win? Your biggest win would be Missouri and at Baylor. I just don't like how that sounds. I really don't. I don't like how that sounds, and I just don't think. I don't think it's going to work out. Whether it's Sunday or this Sunday or this Monday, I don't see it working out. Whether it's at the end of the season, I just think we're delaying the inevitable. I think it's going to eventually happen. And that's where I'm at with it. I think you do make a bowl game. I could see 7-5. I think you do win this weekend. And I know I might sound crazy, but I do think you win this weekend. And it's just 7-5 is not for me. Not a fan of it. I don't think our head coach in year 3 should be wanting to go 7-5, but it's the same guy that said that going to a bowl game was the expectation. So, and I know he might have meant different, but that's what he said. So we got to get to a bowl game, and I'm not a fan of that. Brett says, "What's up, Blake? What is up, Brett? Man, hope you're doing all good. I'm just sitting over here watching some Auburn hoops right now. Looking a little sluggish to start. Looking a little sluggish. Not going to judge too much. It's an exhibition game, but right now we are looking a little sluggish." Miss Karen says, "Wardam fam, ready for b-ball? I am ready too. We look a little off right now. We look a little off, but I'm okay with it. We got a foul there, attacking the rim. We hooping tonight." Brett says, "Yes, sir. Finally, something to look forward to in basketball." What's up, Mike? War Eagle, y'all, let's get it. Thomas says, "Love it, love it." Samuel the Sniper, give me Lane Kiffin as next head coach. He ain't coming, brother. He ain't coming, brother. How you doing, Miss Connie? There we go. Auburn making free throws, man. Love to see it. Love to see it. I'll feel better saying Wardam when our basketball team wins. I get the feeling. Can't be mad at you. I get the feeling. The most Auburn thing ever is for Auburn to win Saturday, then win the other winnable games, and then beat Alabama and freeze, get an extension. What's up, Christian? Wardam. Win or die Saturday. That's how I'm feeling. Rally and get a dub, man. Don't go out there and lay down. Brett says, "Blake, I've heard a couple people talk about Summerall. They say he's got a Pat Dye hard-nosed attitude, but he's got a lot of energy and passion, and players love him. I don't know anything about him. Do you?" Yeah, he's coached at Troy, and now he is at Tulane. And I think he would be a really good fit. He's got connections in the state of Alabama. I think he won 10 games the years he was at Troy. I'm pretty sure. I think they went 10-2 both years he was there. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me in the comments. But I'm pretty sure. I know he had success at Troy, and he's got Tulane rolling right now too. So he seems like a hot commodity right now. I've heard Penn State talk about Summerall. Like people seem like they want him. How are we feeling about the Auburn basketball uniforms? How are we feeling? Do we like them? How are we feeling about them? You're not crazy. We can still go 8-4, but if Freeze keeps that crap pouting face on the sideline when things aren't working out, the team will follow suit. I felt like that was a big deal, Christian. I felt like Jackson was in his feelings. I felt like when something like that happens, I get it. It's really hard to come back from. Tough to overcome something like that where it was going to be a 17-0 game. I get it. But your quarterback has to be a leader. And I got on here for 2 years and I talked about how Peyton always, when things went wrong, he always stood on the sideline like this. I can't stand that, man. I can't stand it. I hate it. It's not my favorite. And I felt like Jackson went over, sat down, he pouted. And I think when your leader does that, your team follows suits. They follow suit. And that's what happened. I still have no faith in our head coach and or our playmaking ability. We're snake big and fragile. I think we will be without a coach come Sunday. And that's fair. That is fair, Brett. A part of me, I've told you, I feel the same way. Maybe it's the orange and blue goggles that are getting me. Maybe it's the Bo Prabula isn't a great passer down the field. We saw that Saturday against Alabama, and I think our DBs can hang with their wide receivers. and we're going to force Hardy to run the ball. We faced him once, and we've had success at stopping the run. And I just think it's a bad matchup, and I'm going to take Auburn because that's the AU in me. And like I said, it could be the orange and blue goggles, but I think it's going to be a difficult. I think it's going to be a difficult setting for Missouri to come inside of Jordan-Hare, and you're going to have to face. Look, I know Auburn. They might be bad right now, but Auburn fans are still going to show up. We showed up during Texas A&M. We're going to show up, dog. That's just it. We're going to show up, and we're going to give it everything we got. And so it's going to be a hostile environment. Oh, man, the commentary is going to be awful tonight on this basketball game. I listen to the games on mute. So, yeah. Look, predicting it the rest of the way out, I got Auburn at 7-5, and I got them winning Saturday. That's it. I feel strongly about it, and I just feel like it's going to be tough for Mizzou. Let me ask you this: are we playing job with a drop back passing scheme? If so, L. That's true. I think that's the thing is when our offensive coaching staff feels pressure, feels like it's going south, I feel like we crumble a little bit and we start relying on the drop back stuff more than we should instead of just pounding the football. I think Hugh Freeze has got to step up and get mad, fire the team up instead of pouting. There's a lot of that. If you as the coach would beat UK barely and Mercer, that's it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we can beat a lot of teams just because of our defense. Like our defense they're gonna keep everybody within striking distance. I think Hugh needs to let someone else call plays, which we know he won't. Yeah, we've been talking about that. I like the uniforms too, man. A lot of people said that they didn't like them. I like them. Mizzou QB will look like a Heisman contender versus AU. We have the ability to do that for other QBs. Nah, this defense is different, Brett. I think this defense is different. I don't see a lot of people looking like a Heisman. I mean, Sawyer Robertson did out the gate. But I think if they were to play that matchup again, I think Auburn would swarm would swarm Baylor's receivers a little bit better than what they did. Like I told you, I think Auburn played a lot of kids that night too. So I think this Auburn defense is a little bit better. I hope you're right about the game, Blake, and I'm wrong. I could be wrong, and I could be reaching. I don't know. I believe that I believe these kids are going to show up, man. I don't see Keldrick Falk going out like that. Freeze is asking other coaches how to deal with close losses. Man, I'll be honest. I think this is it for him regardless. So we're really just talking to talk. I mean, let's be honest. I think his health and, with the way everything has went, I think we're asking a lot to keep this thing going. So, and I wish him well. I really do. I really do. I don't want to, I don't want to down him. It's just let's stay in game, and we can keep it there. I don't want to get outside of that. But I think this is the end, regardless. If we play Baylor again, Aranda will stop the run and force Ja to beat him by passing. Brother, I don't think they can stop the run. I don't think they could stop a nosebleed. I don't think they could stop COVID. I really, I don't know. I think their defense is terrible. And even that night, Ja was at least, I mean, when he did throw it, he was completing, that's the false hope that we got. When he threw the seam to Malcolm, we were like, oh, wow. When he threw the little, oh, goodness, what a play. Williams Adams. Sebastian. Okay. Nice to see you, young blood. Even when he threw that little out to Cam Coleman, man, wasn't the greatest ball, but he still completed it. And I was like, man, we got a quarterback that'll rip it. Come to find out, he won't rip it. So that's where we're at. But look, y'all, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Let's go watch this basketball game right now. We're struggling. I know we're playing a lot of guys and everything. It's an exhibition match and all that good stuff. But I wanted to be a little cleaner than this. So go watch this basketball game, man. Let me know how you feel about the basketball team in the comments. We'll talk about it. We'll recap it soon and all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. War damn, baby. See y'all tomorrow night. I'm out of here.